Remember when you went to college? You're probably thinking of late night study groups, clubs, parties, sports games, and career fairs. Our, our time in college is when we really begin to develop and learn who we want to become. So the experiences that you might remember are not what students are experiencing now. Next. So students are under pressure. This is a problem because 71% of college students have indicated high levels of stress, anxiety, and depressive thoughts due to the COVID-19 outbreak. So COVID is taking a major toll on mental health as it is leading to a decrease in um, academic success and social development. Next, in order to address this issue, we created an app that helps students socialize safely, easily, and comfortably. It's an app that provides social experiences, both virtual and in person, and it connects friends. Additionally, we also wanted to promote local businesses and programs. Next. So the app we created is Rodax, Socialize in a Sec standing for Safely, Easily, and Comfortably. So our team is made up of Claire, Jonathan, and me, Ani. Claire is currently in studying Grinnell College for econ and chemistry, and Jonathan graduated from Solorio High School, and then I recently graduated from UIUC. So we're all students or have been students. So, but being a part of our target audience, we still wanted to test some of our assumptions that we had to make sure that we were covering all our bases. Next.
What we know is that students are cautious, and to understand how students are socializing during this pandemic, we conducted 35 interviews with students ages 17 through 24. We found that students at home feel more obligated to be more cautious and responsible, so they're not taking the time to consider or coordinate so that their loved ones aren't put at risk. We also know that students want the best worthwhile experience for the lowest cost, as well as cutting down on search time and coordination. So upon gaining insight into the students' preferences, we saw that they're more interested in outdoor and virtual events. We feel the best place to start is outdoor activities because that's the greatest effect on mental health. Next. An example is outdoor dining, which fulfills the need students have to be able to socialize again. We know businesses are currently experiencing several difficulties remaining open as well as having a decrease in foot traffic, which has also reduced their income. Through interviews, we've learned that businesses would have a greater likelihood of regaining foot traffic when having more and convenient ways of advertising. Next. Because businesses are suffering, having that additional and convenient way of advertising will allow them to better connect with their guests, get more exposure, and have a better way to predict what guests are wanting. We are in the process of designing a partner platform that will help them fulfill those needs while ensuring everyone's safety. And so now we would like to show you the key features that will bring all this together.
So this is a location side of our app where users will have an option to sort their list either by just simply looking through locations within Chicago, such as businesses, parks, restaurants, and they would be able to click on the heart and add it to their favorites list in case they want to look at it later. And then if they do click on the location, it would take them to this page where they can view more information on the location, and also they have the ability to again add it to their wish list, rate it in case they went there, so they can leave a review and share it so that they can easily coordinate with their friends. And then since COVID-19 is also a big impact on our app, this is what we currently have. So we have a view where users can see the 3 things everyone should be following: wash your hands, wear a mask, stay 6 feet apart. And then we also have a link at the bottom of the screen where if the user clicks on the link, it would take them to the webpage of Chicago where they can read up on COVID-19 regulations currently in place and if there's a stay-at-home order. And we have this connected so that users remain up to date and are aware of what's currently going on. We also have an alert within our app to remind users to always wear a mask when they are attending outdoor and in-person events. So with this, we hope that we would be able to help Rodax improve their mental health. We would do this by allowing them to, or giving them an easy way to reconnect with their friends, help them engage in their community and organizations, and develop their interests by having these resources easily accessible and viewable. And so hopefully students will be able to socialize easily, safely, and comfortably. So we interviewed a couple more students, and the 19-year-old said that sounds like a good idea. Sometimes something I would definitely use during my breaks. 23-year-old says it speeds up the process of coordinating stuff. It will do all the heavy lifting of trying to find something. So to live up to their ideas, we want to reach out to users and universities, since that's where a lot of students are. And we would like to do that just to make sure we are keeping up to date with events that they want, seeing what changes and our assumptions they have. And then, so just making sure we have up to date. And then at 6 months, we hope to have 200 users. And at that 6 months, we hope to have a more developed app and have a reputation built for ourselves. So by 9 months, we can start reaching out to businesses and partnering up so that they can advertise on our platform. And as time goes on, we hope to just expand the number of users and partners so that we can meet our target audience's wants. And that is it. Thank you. Any questions?
I love that you went and talked to users and quoted some conversations and what people said. I think that's great. I think another thing just to keep in mind maybe there is anything you can point to around, in addition to hearing what people said, but maybe we've seen interesting behavior in some way. Like we've ran an experiment and we saw people behave doing X, which confirmed our assumptions or our hypothesis could be pretty valuable. But yeah, great job going to actual talk to users. So
Thank you.
So I see a question in the chat. It's like, how do friends find each other? This is all done through email. So like when you register, you sign up with your email address, and then so it's all linked, and so that's how they would find each other.
Also, as there is a share option on the view when you click on a location, they can easily just email it, text it through their phone, so which they have their friends on.
Do you guys, sorry, am I allowed to ask questions aloud? I don't know.
Absolutely.
Okay, sorry. What was I gonna ask now? Oh, are people using emails a lot more? I know it's COVID and stuff like that, but do you all find that a lot of your peers are like emailing more? Are they just kind of on social media a lot more? How are they typically interacting and kind of connecting these days? And did you all like kind of think about that as you all were designing this user experience?
Yeah, so we did think about it. A lot of them are using social media, and a lot of them use Snapchat to coordinate with amongst a lot of friends or texting. But right now we're just, we hope to expand on that later, but right now we just have email.
And then that's why we also have like the share button. So like if they want, they could share it on a different platform. So it's accessible.
Got you. Thank you.
It's a good question because I think their 1.0 version, they were trying to get Facebook integrated as part of login, which so 1.0 is going to be step one, and then they're going to be adding versions to it to integrate other social media platforms.
Yeah, like right now we do have Facebook. So Facebook is a method to log in, but we know that not everyone has Facebook, or so we're just keeping it open to anyone, basically.
Nice.
Question from Tina Lopez. What are your long-term plans to evolve as things get back to normal?
So, well, right now we do have some events, but there will always be events in Chicago. Chicago has a lot of businesses. So as time goes on, we want to continue like have it being like a platform where like students can find events for them. So like if there's just, I don't know, there's like hikes and stuff. And so like students will always have an interest in different things. So as that changes, we will have events that cater to those changes.
Yeah, and it'll always be a safe platform for small businesses to come advertise.
Question from Tracy from Apple. Can you nominate restaurants or places to visit?
We were thinking of doing that in a later version. so that like we were planning on, well, Dan recommended that we create like a little planner, so like students can like have a day planned, and then they could like go to this restaurant, then attend this park, and then do this activity. So just have it kind of like planned out like that too is also an idea.
Would GPS technology be used so that as people are in different places, the app would provide local socializing spots as well as updates on local COVID-19 guidelines? So it's a mapping feature that you guys built in.
You can answer, Ani.
Okay, so we do have a built-in map feature. So like if you do have something in mind or looking, you could also use our map feature that we have. And yes, and then so what Claire showed in the presentation, we do have an update, like it'll always update, it's connected to the web. So whenever Chicago updates their COVID guidelines, that would automatically be there. And then something that we're also planning on doing is when you have the businesses, when we have the business side of the app, they would be able to also showcase their safety guidelines, and if they have a restriction as to how many people could come in to their store and stuff.
Awesome. Question, your 1.0 being submitted to the App Store will include what features?
So it would include the features I showed in the app where you can see the list of locations currently in Chicago. You can heart them and add them to a wish list, and you can click on them to share more information, and also just use the map to see what places are near you, and the COVID page would also be accessible.
And then you are feeding data from an API, correct?
Yes, we're feeding it from the Yelp API currently.
Perfect. Any other questions? Team Easy Peasy, get ready. Go ahead.
I have just one real, hopefully it's quick. And maybe I missed it. What's kind of like the way people, what makes this like easy for people to quickly socialize and kind of plan something? Like what's kind of what is it about this that makes it easy, and what are some difficulties now that you all are kind of like solving that makes this easier? And again, if I missed it, my apologies.
No, yeah, you're all good. So with the app, so we kind of want to make sure like that users have like something to look through. And because like right now there's a lot of things, like for me personally, usually I just turn to FaceTime, and that's how I usually interact with my friends. But like having this, like having more things just to kind of scroll through, see what's around. But we do want to add more like events, virtual things, because right now we are kind of stuck to businesses. We do want to really add that. And I think once we add more activities, this will make it easier to find things and then share it with friends so that you can more easily coordinate. And then so yeah, that's something we're still working on, is implementing more platforms and more activities so that they kind of like reach all needs. And then I think that was, I don't know, Ani, do you have anything else to add?
Yeah. So then, so something when we were tracking our user journeys, when we were doing our research, we found that students are more likely to do things that are within their comfort zone, within their area that they're knowledgeable of. So that's why we're targeting local businesses, so that we could also support them, and just like having all these options readily available to them. So they're not like just like trying to Google everything. It's like they'll have like their preferences. Like when you do add a friend, you'll be able to see what they like, and then just like see like if they hearted the same thing that just like matches perfectly.
Kind of like a Tinder for doing stuff with your friends.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes more sense. Okay, thank you.
And then on Team Rodax, when do you anticipate version 1.0 to be up on the App Store?
Hopefully by the end of the year as well. We're just waiting on a chord that we need to upload.
Understood. Gotcha. Awesome. All right, thank you, Team Rodax. Team Easy Peasy.